Hey there, today's story is a real headspinner. We're about to dive into one of the most shocking cases of power and betrayal that Indonesia has ever seen. It's a story about a high-ranking general who went from enforcing the law to breaking it in the worst way imaginable. This is the chilling saga of Ferdy Sambo. Imagine a man at the pinnacle of his career. Ferdy Sambo, a two-star police general, head of the Indonesian National Police's Professional and Security Division. This was the guy whose job was to keep other cops in check. The irony? He'd soon be at the center of one of the country's most scandalous murder cases. Sambo wasn't just any officer. He was trusted, respected, and admired. But as we've learned in the world of true crime, even those who seem untouchable can have a dark side. July 8, 2022. It seemed like any other day in the upscale Durantiga Police housing complex in South Jakarta. But that day, inside a luxurious home, a sinister plan was unfolding. The victim? Brigadier Nopriancia Joshua Hudibarat, known as Brigadier J. He was young, driven, and loyal, a rising star in law enforcement. Yet, within the walls of his superior's home, his fate was sealed in the most brutal way. Now, here's where it gets interesting. For 3 whole days, this gruesome murder was kept under wraps. When the news finally broke on July 11th, the story fed to the public was nothing short of a poorly written crime novel. The official narrative? A wild shootout between Brigadier J and another officer, Richard Eliezer. The supposed motive? Brigadier J had allegedly harassed Sambo's wife, Putri Candrawati. It was a tale of honor defended, a regrettable but understandable tragedy. But folks, if there's one thing we've learned in true crime, it's that the first story is rarely the true story. Here's what really happened behind those walls. By 5 p.m. that day, General Sambo had given a chilling order to Brigadier Eliezer, under pressure, fired the first shot, wounding Brigadier J. But it wasn't enough for Sambo. He needed to make sure Brigadier J didn't leave that house alive. In a scene that could have been pulled from a dark crime thriller, Sambo, wearing black gloves, approached the injured officer. With cold precision, he fired multiple rounds into Brigadier J's body. The young officer didn't stand a chance. And to cover his tracks, Sambo created a chaotic scene, shooting the walls and furniture to make it look like a wild gunfight had occurred. It was a staged tragedy designed to protect the mastermind behind it all. For a brief moment, it seemed like Sambo's plan had worked. But cracks in his story began to appear. The investigation revealed more inconsistencies than a badly written alibi. Forensic evidence, witness accounts, and even CCTV footage pointed to something far more sinister than a simple altercation gone wrong. By July 18th, only a week after the public first heard of the case, Sambo was suspended from his powerful position. Fast forward to August 4th, and he was stripped of his rank entirely, falling from the heights of law enforcement to the depths of disgrace. But Sambo didn't act alone. Let's introduce the key players caught in his web. Brigadier Eliezer, Brigadier the officer who pulled the trigger on Sambo's orders. Putri Candrawati, Sambo's wife, whose alleged harassment sparked the deadly event. Ricky Rizal, Bripka RR, another officer involved in the cover-up. Kuat Maruf, the family's household assistant, who knew more than he let on. All of them were implicated in the crime. What started as Sambo's twisted plan to protect his wife quickly snowballed into a conspiracy involving murder, lies, and cover-ups. But let's back up for a second. Why did Sambo orchestrate the murder of Brigadier J? The details remain murky, but whispers of a mysterious 15-minute encounter between Brigadier J and Putri Candrawati in the family's home in Magelang raised red flags. What happened during that brief interaction remains a mystery. Did something happen that made Sambo snap? Was it jealousy, revenge, or something far darker? Whatever it was, it led to Brigadier J's execution. And so the trial began. Evidence poured in, and the public watched, glued to their screens. Witness testimonies, forensic reports, and CCTV footage painted a damning picture. Sambo's attempts to tamper with evidence, including deleting crucial footage, only dug his grave deeper. In court, Sambo tried to play the innocent card, denying his involvement in the murder. But as the trial progressed, The walls of lies he had built began to crumble. Finally, on February 13, 2023, the verdict came down: death sentence. For a brief moment, justice seemed to have been served. Brigadier J's family could breathe a sigh of relief. But then, in a move that left the nation in shock, Sambo appealed. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, where the decision took a surprising twist. Sambo's sentence was reduced to life imprisonment. Cue public outrage. The Supreme Court's decision left the country divided. Out of 5 judges, 2 argued for keeping the death penalty. But in the end, Sambo escaped the ultimate punishment. And it wasn't just Sambo who caught a break. His wife, Putri, her sentence was halved from 20 years to 10. Kuat Maruf and Ricky Rizal, their sentences were reduced as well. Justice, it seemed, had come at a discount. This case didn't just end in the courtroom. It left a stain on Indonesia's police force that won't fade anytime soon. A system that once commanded respect now seemed vulnerable to corruption, with one of its highest-ranking officers exposed as a murderer. For Brigadier J's family, the pain lingers. No sentence, no matter how severe, will ever bring their loved one back. For the public, the Sambo case serves as a harsh reminder of how power can corrupt and how sometimes justice feels incomplete. So, what do you think? Did Sambo deserve the life sentence? Or should the death penalty have stuck? Is this a case of justice served or justice denied? Some people said that this isn't just about one bad apple, it's about a system that allows such apples to rise to the top. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're hungry for more stories of crime, corruption, and mysteries, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You never know what dark tale we'll uncover next.